Purpose of this video is to validate the requirements generator, this block. So to do that, we're going to run a short 5-day simulation that'll generate demand that we can evaluate in accordance with the way the attributes should be assigned to see if this block is functioning correctly. So the first attribute we'll talk about these attributes right here, and then these here. Excuse me. First we'll talk about is auto, and the value of auto is either a 0 or 1. The 0 refers to requisitions created under a manual system. The auto refers to requisitions created under an automated requisitioning signal. And that is all determined by taking the day, the time, the integer value, and comparing it against this assigned value. And this assigned value in the red box refers to the last day of the manual system. So in this example, this day is 3, so the last day of the manual system is 3, which means days 4 and 5 all were on a manual or were on an automated system. And so requisitions created on days 4 and 5 would have an auto value of 1. Otherwise, requisitions would have a value of 0. Moving on to the ASL value. The ASL value is based off this empirical table with these discrete probabilities. So it generates a number based on the probabilities and gives that number here, and that refers to the line number of the item. Fill and RET initially have values of 0. They're going to be altered later. And then TPSD refers to the sourcing determination, and those are assigned based on this empirical table with these discrete probabilities. Day refers to the integer value of the current day, and then STO refers to whether the item is stocked on hand or not at the warehouse. Not whether it's actually on hand, but whether it's on the stockage listing. So the way that this is set up, if the ASL value is less than or equal to 271, the value of the STO is 1, otherwise 0. So we'll validate all those here in this history block. Before I do that, we'll talk about these attributes up here: quantity required and readiness driver required. And both of them are gained from a lookup table, which takes the ASL number and then looks up the quantity received and assigns it as an attribute up here, as it does also same process with the readiness driver. So we should be running toward the end of our initial test simulation. We'll just take a look. We'll go ahead and validate the attributes kind of left to right. STO, so all values of ASL greater than or equal to, or excuse me, less than or equal to 271 should have a value of 1. So that works out, 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 and that works out. That works out. And then from here on, I'll just watch line 24, the latest line coming on the screen, 251, 88, 257, 244, 120, 219, 45. So that looks like it's running correctly. Excuse me. We talked about auto values being 0 in this case for days 1, 2, and 3. And then 4 is a 1, and so on. Okay, so that looks like it's being assigned correctly. TPSD is based on a probability table, so we count up 200, 2144, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10. So 10 out of 36, 38. Let's see what that works out to be. $26.3. And we want to go back here for 2144. So pretty close, 2617. We'll try another one. Back to the top. 2126. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 9 out of 38. 0.23. That's for 2126. 26.8. So that's pretty close as well. Moving on, RET, RL, RET, and FILL fill value should be 0. That's being assigned correctly. And then quantity receive and readiness driver. Let's do 149 and 189. So quantity required for 149. Here it's 4, and 149. Here it's 4. For 189, let's see if it's 6. It is 6 for 189. And let's see here, 766 should be 6 for quantity received. Six. All right, now let's validate readiness drivers. Let's pick one that's a 1. 189 should be a 1. $189 is a 1. And we'll take a look at zeros. 709. $709 is a 0. One more. Oops. $244. One. And here, let's make sure 244 is a 1. So that concludes this video to validate that requirements are being generated properly and the attributes are being assigned correctly.